Hi there, just read this disclaimer please. Alright guys, so my momentum, ad hoc momentum strategy, this one here, ad hoc, where I go based on how the best performers, either 6 months or the 3 months. Basically it's just how I feel. It's like the normal momentum, but just on a whim basically. I make my decisions, and I've woken up this morning feeling like making an impulsive decision. So as you can see, Fidelity Global Technology, that's my ad hoc one, 8.9% at the moment. I'm thinking that's a nice little profit that I might take. Now normally what I've done in the past is I've switched, instead of selling and then waiting a bit and maybe buying another one, I've just switched directly from one to another. I hold the ad hoc one in Hargreaves Lansdown. But this time I've got a feeling, I feel like everything's a bit toppy at the moment. I feel like I had a little look through the top 6 month and 3 month performers the other day, and they were all UK, well, most of them were UK mid-caps, obviously because of the election, gave it all a big boost in December. But as you probably know from my portfolio, I'm already highly skewed towards the UK. So I feel like buying one of the top performers now would just put me even more into UK mid-caps, which I've already got a tracker there, smaller companies there, which are actually a lot of mid-caps, or FTSE 250 companies. Lowland has a lot of smaller companies. So I feel like this time, I want to bank this profit, but also I'm not too keen on going into any of the top performers at the moment. So I think what I'll do, since it's the ad hoc one and I've got freedom to do what I want, I haven't tied my hands behind my back on this little pot of cash, I think I'm just going to sell and just sit on it for a little while and decide where to go next with the ad hoc momentum. As you can see, this is an important thing to know with open-ended funds is you don't just get the results straight away. Every time you buy and sell, there's delays in executing the buy or the sell, and there's delays in getting the information in, like the contract note telling you what's happening. So as you can see here, the valuation point is actually 5 PM, presumably because it's mostly international stocks. So because normally most UK funds will value at noon, but when it's mostly foreign stuff like this, or maybe the managers are in a foreign country, I don't know, maybe that's more to do with it. So if I tell them now I want to sell, the earliest I'll get it executed is 5 PM today. Who knows, it could end up being tomorrow. This is the problem with open-ended funds. You're not really in control of the buys and the sells as you are with ETFs or investment trust or shares. So Fidelity Global Technology, that's the one I want to sell. Place a deal or conversion, so I'll just click in there, place a deal or conversion. Okay, and then here's my choices. So what I normally do is, if I'm happy just to switch to the next momentum fund, I can just click switch into another fund and then select which fund I want to go into. And then it'll just do the buy, and then a couple of days later, it'll do the sell, and then a couple of days later it'll do the buy. It just does it in sequence. It waits for the first deal to be done. So it's not like doing it myself. If I had loads of cash on the side, I could buy one and sell one like simultaneously on the same day. So, but doing the switch into another fund doesn't work like that. There's normally at least a day's delay between the sell and the buy, because obviously when they sell, they don't know how much they're going to get for it unless you specify a value. But if like in this case I'm selling the whole holding, I'm selling all 895.23 units, in that case they don't know how much they're going to get anyway, so they have to wait until they've sold it before they can buy the new one. So that's why it's better if you want to switch like seamlessly in the same moment, in the same day, you're best off just putting extra cash in and doing a buy and a sell for the same amount of money. Obviously, if you're selling the whole holding though, you can't really do that because you don't know how much you're going to get. If you specify you want to sell all the units, because watch, if we click sell, you can select the whole units, which is what I want to do, or you can do it by value. So obviously by value, the buy and sell simultaneous works perfectly because you can get the same amount out of one fund, same amount in of another. Right, so I'm just going to sell my whole holding. Click continue. There we go. On the 3rd of January the price was that. I've got a feeling it's going to be lower than that today because I think the markets are going to be down today. I don't think there's much to read there. Place a deal now. Sell all of those, place a deal now. And then what happens next is I just wait for them to get it all done and send me a contract note. And then if we go to pending orders, we'll probably see. And there we go. This will just update at various moments in the process of selling. Okay, so I'll log off there, and I'll show you the results tomorrow or whenever it works. Okay, so I got an email through about 8 o'clock saying that the transaction had occurred and my contract note was ready. So just log on to Hargreaves Lansdown and go to the transaction history, and there is the contract note, which I can save to my computer. And open it up, let's see what price we got for the sale. It's going to be lower than yesterday, I know it is. Anyway, so consideration, that's the important bit really. So we were 8.9% up and we ended up being 8.09% up. Not too bad. Still a pretty good return for, what is that? Just over 3 months. So I cut it from there and I put it in the sold section of this part of the spreadsheet. Copy down this formula, 359.4, 359.4. It's all adding up, adding up, adding up. Good. Bold, bold, bold. And my capital gains records, because that was outside of the ISA, that was. So the sell date was the 6th of January 2020. Disposal proceeds might still be on the clipboard. No, they're not. Okay, so that keeps the records from the capital gains tax. Sell date was the 6th of January. And that bit is done. Right, so I've just got a load of cash there now. Not sure whether I'm just going to leave the cash there, because I don't know how long it's going to be before I jump into another momentum one. Losing interest though, aren't I? By leaving it there. I don't know. Anyway, don't need to do that today. I have this little annualised returns calculator thing where I track the momentum portfolios. So this is the ad hoc one. Fidelity Global. So the date is, so each time I sell, I'll put in the date here. January 2020. So it calculates the year as a fraction, and then the return, I have to type in the return myself. Yeah, sorry, I was just kind of forgotten how it worked then for a second. So it was the return I got from 25th of September to the 6th of January was 8.09%. Type in 8.09% there, and then it's kind of tracking my annualised return. So over the 0.76 years that I've been doing the ad hoc momentum, it has been producing an annualised return of 17%. Obviously, it's actually just 12.74% up over 3/4 of a year, which equates to 17% up, which is a randomly round number, isn't it? So it's doing alright, nothing special. Well, no, I don't know. If I could guarantee 17%, I'd be absolutely delighted. But you know, this is the good time. See, it was a low return. Well, having said that, it's actually 9% annualised, I suppose. Anyway, there we go. So at some point I'll go through the lists to see what might be a good one to go into again, but I don't know, I think I might just leave it at least for a week or two before I think about it. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.